the information that has just come in on this particular issue of appointments to the Election Commission. What we are getting to know is that the Supreme Court has issued its verdict on the EC appointments. The Supreme Court says that the appointments should be done by a panel, much like the appointment to the position of the CJI director. The Supreme Court has quashed the present system of appointment. It says that a collegium system needs to be put in place. Harish is joining us with more inputs. Harish, a collegium system that the Supreme Court says should be put in place in order to conduct the appointments to the Election Commission. If you could take us through the important details coming in from what the top court said today with regards to the appointments to the Election Commission.
Yes, in fact, to infuse transparency into the appointment of the Chief Election Commissioner and the Election Commissioner, the Supreme Court has, in fact, now in a very significant judgment, quashed the present process being followed by the government and has formed a Collegium system which significantly includes the Chief Justice of India, the Prime Minister and the Leader of Opposition and other members, and has specified that till the Parliament drafts a law, a clear transparent law which enables appointment of election commissioners and chief election commissioner in a very transparent manner, and persons who are can fearlessly work, objectively work without coming under pressure from the external forces, including political and executive pressure. This law will continue, which means that henceforth, for any appointment of election commissioners, election commission members, that including chief election commissioner, this collegium will decide as to which candidate can be appointed to the post. So once again repeating that from now a collegium system has been formed, which will comprise the Chief Justice, Prime Minister and also the Leader of Opposition. And the very significant, in fact, observations made by the bench led by Justice K.M. Joseph. It has said that the Supreme Court has said that a fair and transparent mechanism should be adopted to appoint the best apolitical person with strong character who can make independent decisions without being influenced, and agreed that panel also needs to be insulated from the political or executive interference. And Supreme Court, in fact, had also raised questions on the present system of center appointing serving bureaucrats of its choice as Chief Election Commissioner and election commissioners. Bench said there are no checks and balances in the appointment process, and it allows the government to appoint persons of its choice. One of the suggestions made before the court was to have a collegium comprising of Prime Minister, Chief Justice of India and the Leader of Opposition, which the Supreme Court has now agreed. And there were several other observations. Let me read out a few of them to you. The bench also said that any process that seeks to improve the election process before this court must be considered. Once results are out, matter largely becomes a fait accompli. Lincoln declared democracy to be by, for and of the people. Government should run as per the laws. Power becomes goal of the political parties to an end. What is disturbing and the substance of complaints of petitioners is the sullying of the process of this gaining of power. So Supreme Court has taken a very significant step and has said that a fair and transparent mechanism should be put in place where an apolitical person can take decisions without fear and can
I'm just interrupting you here because I'm joined on the program by Mr. Majid Memon, who is joining us for a better perspective on this entire issue. Very good afternoon, very good morning. In fact, Mr. Memon, I want to begin by asking you that at this point of time, the Supreme Court has clearly put its weight behind the issue of appointment to Election Commission in the interest of transparency and independence, wants a panel, a collegium system in place, which will comprise of the Prime Minister, the Leader of Opposition and the Chief Justice of India. Do you believe that this could set things in order when it comes to the credibility of the Election Commission?
Well, this decision by full bench of Supreme Court is most welcome. more particularly before 2024 general election and of course from state elections to now. The Election Commission for the past few years is found to be functioning in not the independent way as it is expected under the constitutional mandate. Election Commission is a constitutional body which is away from the executive, which is away from the ruling party. Unfortunately, what we have been experiencing, the manner in which Election Commission has been functioning, it has been appearing as though it is an agent of the ruling party. Therefore, I think this judgment has great value and it is certainly going to strengthen our democratic values.
Mr. Memon, you said something very important, that this is in the interest of upholding the democratic values. I want to ask you again that this would be in place, as the Supreme Court says, until Parliament brings in a law. So in a way, the legislature still will have the last word in this. This is only part of the process, you think?
The voice is cracking.
Mr. Memon, I wanted to ask you that the top court also says that this arrangement will be in place till the Parliament brings in a law. Will the Parliament be bound by this verdict, or will the legislature be the final authority in this regard?
Yes, you see, I must tell your viewers that Supreme Court has remembered always that Supreme Court does not have powers to enact laws. Supreme Court can make recommendations, and those recommendations are to be made by those in power, and particularly Parliament. And certainly now the Parliament will examine the need to have a collegium for purposes of bringing in election commissions. The three gentlemen who are to become
Okay, I think the audio link is a little disrupted at the moment. We are not able to hear Mr. Memon, but yes, we did get the point that the senior counsel made about how this would be in the interest of democratic ideals of this country, where the Election Commission is a nodal authority when it comes to conducting free and fair polls, and that remains at the heart of maintaining the democratic values of this country, and therefore appointment to that commission remains extremely critical. Supreme Court quashes the present system of appointment to the Election Commission. It says, form a collegium system for the Election Commission, and this panel should have the leader of the ruling party, the opposition, as well as the Chief Justice of India.